take my son! Get off my plane.
Live from the new kingdom, it's the OBDM1211 podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Joe, and Rich.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray! My name's Midnight Mike, and Cretched, he's over there, yeah.
I hate this place.
The
guy trying to kickstart an old Honda. You're not getting fuel in there. You're just going to grind up the starter.
Yeah, he flooded it.
Peaches are plums, and plums are peaches, and peaches and plums are peaches, or something.
That's
right?
Yeah. That's the. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Well, welcome back, people. Joe is not here today. He is in Austin, Texas. He took a little vacation, little quick weekend trip with his husband. So we wish him happy merrymaking, and may you have a great time in Austin.
I have a feeling he's going to come back even more upset.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to like it. I think he's going to be pretty upset about the whole situation up there. But, he lives in San Antonio, and I think it's a big city, but Austin probably has a different culture, a different vibe. I'd like to know why they went. It's probably Star Wars related.
Is there Star Wars stuff in Austin?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Probably. Oh, boy.
Maybe a concert or something like that.
Oh, you know what? That is probably the correct answer. Some sort of indie concert like the Mountain Sheep or something like that.
Or Murder by Death.
Murder by Death, the murderous goats. But we wish Joe a happy, safe weekend. He'll be back on Wednesday. I'm sure he has a lot of things to say about everything going on in the world. Joe, did you... I'm sorry, not Joe. Cratchit, did you see the debate?
I did not. Fuck it.
I didn't watch it live either.
I didn't watch any of it.
I was in bed, and I'd figured I would see the best of it afterwards. I could see the highlights, and honestly, I did not want to feel embarrassed for myself and the country when I watched the debates. And
why would you be embarrassed?
I sometimes, when you watch something on TV and you get like douche chills, like there's something so cringy going on, it rocks your soul.
Douche chills?
Yeah, you never heard the term douche chills?
No.
It's a real term. You're in TV and broadcasting, you should know that term. Is when something is so cringeworthy, you feel it. It rocks you, and it's kind of like if you kind of feel embarrassed for the person that it's happening to. At least I do. I'm very emotional.
It comes from Arrested Development.
Douche chills?
Yeah.
I've heard the term for a long time.
But that show was 20 years ago.
Yeah, well, that's how I felt when I went back.
Tell me if this is correct. A phrase used to describe the awkward moment which ensues, incorrectly used, which ensues after somebody to be a douchebag says or does something to embarrass themselves.
That's yeah. I mean, I don't really know Joe Biden that well, but that's how I felt. And I don't know Donald Trump either. But that's how I felt when I was watching the highlights of the debate.
Here's a note that says it may come from the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's actually where it came from.
It was made popular in Arrested Development in November 2003, but at least as far back as November 2002, Artie Lang making fun of Eric the Midget's American Idol love by saying it gives him douche chills.
Not a joke.
I think that's where I know it.
2002. So
I'm a big Artie Lang fan. I'm a big Eric the Midget fan. So that's where I got it from.
Well, the classic Howard Stern stuff. You were a well-known fan of that. So if they mention it there, you probably picked up on it. So it's probably late 90s, early 2000s New York Howard Stern stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's how
There's
I
your
felt.
history lesson.
That's how I felt when I watched a good chunk of the debate footage that I saw, and I'll play some here, people. I think we have to. What has been fascinating is since the debate, the complete, I would say not a 180, I would say a 130.
A full 360.
It's a 130 to 115 degree turn that the media has done, where once they were defending Joe Biden as being the most competent, the most revered, presidential.
He's cogent.
He's cogent. He's the best that he's ever been. We've heard this.
I think he's better than he's ever been.
Do you have this version of Biden one that he said?
Oh, yeah.
This version of Biden is the best Biden ever.
That was said by Joe Scarborough not but 2 months ago. And to see the media quickly do a 115 or a 120 is quite astounding. They have ignored everything that they just said a few weeks ago. And even the New York Times has come out and said it is time for Joe Biden to step down. It's time for the Democratic Party to move past the Biden administration. And why? For anybody who didn't listen to the debates, I'm going to play some clips. And you will hear Joe Biden, I'm going to say this, not at his best. That's my personal opinion. I will let everyone else decide for themselves. If you think that he is doing a tremendous stand-up job, then
Tremendous.
Maybe he is.
President Biden?
Oh, hold on a second. So they're asking, this is someone's favorite part of the debate, and they're asking a point about abortion and how
Oh, Lord.
it's a contentious issue. I don't think it should be, but it seems to be. It's a point. So they're talking to Biden about his view on abortion and women's rights. Here we go. I'll bring this up on screen.
It's been a terrible thing, what you've done. The fact is that the vast majority of constitutional scholars supported Roe when it was decided. Supported Roe. And that's this idea that they were all against it is just ridiculous. And this is the guy who says the state should be able to have it. We're in a state where in 6 weeks, you don't even know whether you're pregnant or not, but you cannot see a doctor and have him decide on what your circumstances are, whether you need help. The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states, let each state have a different rule. Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered, and he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in to talk about that. But here's the deal: there's a lot of young women who are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses, brothers and sisters, it's just ridiculous, and they can do nothing about it. And they try to arrest them when they cross state lines.
Thank you.
Peanut butter monkey purple dishwasher.
What the heck was that? That was insane.
He's cogent.
Cogent, he wasn't coherent. Do you have the Trump bit where he says, I don't know what he said, and I don't think he knows what he said either?
I think that's in my my clip. But they were asking about women's access to abortion and the Supreme Court ruling and how that affects women's ability to get an abortion. And he goes into illegal immigration and in a most recent vicious rape case. And then he says that people can get raped by their in-laws and brothers
and their sisters. And
this, let me go back again. Maybe I am not on. He's speaking so in depth. He is speaking at such a high level, and his game is so tight. He lost me, and that's possible.
He's moving so quick. He's zigging, zagging. You can't keep up. Mike.
I got to listen to this again.
Thank you.
Slow
President
it down.
Biden?
It's been a terrible thing, what you've done. The fact is that the vast majority of constitutional scholars supported Roe when it was decided. Supported Roe. And that's this idea that they were all against it is just ridiculous. And this is the guy who says the state should be able to have it. We're in a state where in 6 weeks, you don't even know whether you're pregnant or not, but you cannot see a doctor and have him decide on what your circumstances are, whether you need help. The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states, let each state have a different rule. look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered, and he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in. They talk about that, but here's the deal: there's a lot of young women who are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses, brothers and sisters, by
their brothers and sisters.
It's just ridiculous.
You're doing so
and they can do
great.
nothing about it, and they try to arrest them when they cross state lines.
Thank you.
And the CNN announcer is like, "Oh my God, please stop! Thank you." CNN was trying to lob him softballs left and right, and he could not field it. Now, my favorite person on mainstream media is Joe Scarborough, the guy who said this.
He's cogent.
And I was waiting for...
And just a reminder for our audience, the guy who discovered his intern with her skull crushed in his office.
I was waiting for
Allegedly.
Joe Scarborough to chime in because he thought he was the best Biden
I think
ever.
he's better than he's ever been.
Yeah. And it's like, so Joe has to have something incredible to say about this, and he did. But I will play this next little clip from the debate here, and this is maybe the funny part of the debate. It was all kind of sad, just because Biden, like, there cannot be any doubt in anybody's mind that Joe Biden is not running the country after that performance. And even though they came out afterwards,
he's not running anything but his mouth,
barely. And it's for people to come out like afterwards and say, you know what, he had a cold. Cut him a break. The guy's a little sick.
That was interesting.
Like what a cop out.
And all the stories about, if you did your Google search, Google News search, Joe Biden cold, they all came out after the debate.
Yes. I didn't hear anything really before. So this is kind of like, we'll use the cold thing if it doesn't go out well. But here we go. This is
Thank you. President Biden?
It's been a terrible thing, what you've done.
It's the same clip.
Is that the same clip? No, yeah, it is. Maybe. Here we go. I got this one. Here we go.
Would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them, both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy one. Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced them. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, who's a great guy when he was White House doctor. And then I took another one, a similar one. And one of them said they've never seen anybody ace him.
Thank you. President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds.
35.
Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's it. Anyway, just take a look at what he says he is, and take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. And by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie that he's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
He said that's the biggest lie of all, is that he has a 6 handicap in
I've seen
golf.
you swing. I know you swing.
Let's
not act like children.
President Trump,
These are just 2 drunk guys in a bar arguing about who's a better golfer.
Yes, it is. That was the best part, is where they're arguing about Biden lying about his handicap in golf.
Two guys at the country club, 19th hole, talking about their game.
It's just it. That's it.
Not a joke.
These are this is the best we got, people. This is the best we got. Oh boy. And so
it is good to know that you bring up golf, and like Biden got all he had to say from Biden's perspective is, well, you're so concerned about your playing golf. I'm here trying to run the country.
Yeah.
But instead he goes, well, no, I'm taller and played 6K handicap. I can play golf. You carry the bag. I'm like, what? So now Trump knows. All he has to do is mention golf, and it'll just set Biden off.
Yeah, it sets him off. He kind of came awake when he heard golf.
Whoa,
he was like, "Well, golf. What? Where's golf?" And Biden kind of left awake. He didn't know what to say. He couldn't understand Trump's weight or height, but he did know his own handicap, or at least he made up his own handicap.
223, 35 pounds.
Yeah. Now, at the end of the debate, Trump walked off, and Joe Biden, he met with his wife.
Oh, God, this was bad.
And this is what I'm about to play here. This is, we know how we define douche chills. This is it. When you watch this, Joe Biden's a war criminal. He's probably responsible for thousands, if not tens of thousands of human lives because, voting for the war in Iraq, the crime bill he passed in the 90s. But watching him during the debate as just a regular old person that he is, I felt bad. He shouldn't be doing this. This is some sort of abuse, some sort of elder abuse. It's apparent to me. Hopefully for everyone else too. But watching this at the end of the debate, watching his wife and how his wife talked to him, you can see.
Do you have the clip of before she's speaking when she helps him off stage?
It might be included in this.
No. It was not a post debate press conference. It was as they were literally leaving the stage. I don't know if you have that one or not.
I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna bring it up on screen.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the. And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Yes.
She's yelling at her husband that he answered every question, but a lot of the time you couldn't understand really what his answers were. Like when they asked him a question, he responded with something, but was it a direct response to the question? No, it kind of meandered off into different directions. He didn't stay focused. He was certainly not on point. And considering they had about 7 days of debate prep to cram into Joe Biden, and this is what they got out of him, he's not able to handle it. This is not the best Biden ever. I will say that.
I'm looking for this clip, so I don't see it here. But CNN panned out. They went to a wide shot as Trump walked off stage. Biden stood there at the lectern. I'm still digging around for this. He stood at the lectern until his wife came up to him and helped him take 3 steps down the stage because he couldn't do it on his own.
Well, it's difficult. 3 steps, that could mean a broken ankle, broken hip. We don't know. Why you find that? This is how Joe Scarborough responded the next morning. This is Joe Scarborough. And I had to cut this down because he came on the air and he had a panel of 4 people and he just talked for about 8 minutes straight, trying to justify what he has said for the past 4 years regarding Biden and immediately the past 3 months where he was really defending Biden's competency as a president and a leader. And he was just one blowhard statement after another. And I condensed it down to this 53 seconds of Joe Scarborough trying to reconcile what everyone saw with his own belief system.
We know Joe Biden can govern. Mm-hmm. And again, I'll debate that issue with anyone and I will win. I will destroy anybody that wants to debate Joe Biden's record over the past 3.5 years. He can run the White House. He can run the country effectively. Despite the barrage of lies that constantly come at him, like Donald Trump's lies last night. But can he run for president in 2024? Donald Trump lied over and over and over and over again. And Joe Biden couldn't respond to any of those lies.
Not a joke.
In fact, as the New York Times said, he spent much of the night with his mouth agape and his eyes darting back and forth.
And Joe Scarborough essentially said that it's possible that maybe Joe Biden needs to move past the presidency for the good of the party. But he's capable of governing. He's just not capable of running a presidential campaign. That's what he said.
Okay.
Then his co-host Mika got on, and Mika had something to say before everyone else sort of chimed in. So this is how they're trying to justify what's going on here. How do they deal with this? How do they deal with this monumental disaster that they had on Thursday night? They're still trying to figure this out. They're trying to figure this out. And let's see here. Bring this up on screen.
Okay, so as you can see, you won't see us spinning here on Morning Joe at all. But let me tell you what I believe, and then we'll go to Willie. Biden had a terrible night. He could not land a thought, not even in the closing statement, which is something, that's the easiest part. Yeah. Write down a few words, go through the thoughts. And while I validate the chaos and hysteria Democrats might be feeling, anybody who cares about democracy might be feeling, anybody who cares about women's rights and our safety and our lives might be feeling, totally understand that. And at the same time as the night was over and I was hearing you on the phone and all our phones were exploding, I just had this gut feeling that I'm not ready to give up on Joe Biden, not even close. Joe Biden has lost more in his life than he has won in every way, especially politically. This man has lost, and the only time that he wins is when it matters. And that is, we have proof of that. He has lost in personal ways. He has lost and hit rock bottom in every way possible, and every time he comes back fighting. So, for me, watching what happened last night, again, it was terrible. It was terrible. There's no way to spin it. I still wonder what he's going to look like in a week. I wonder if he was sick. Yes. He came out on the stage and I thought something was wrong. I still believe he's the best choice for this country, even with that performance last night, because he was standing next to a man who represents fascism, who doesn't believe in this country, and would not even agree to the results of this election if they were free and fair to him. A man who has incited a riot, a man who tried to overturn the election, a man who's liable of sexual abuse, a man who is a fraudster, a man who is a convicted felon. So many times Joe Biden has hit rock bottom. Last night was one of them. And I'm just not going to jump to conclusions here and jump on the hysteria train. I am rocked a little bit by it, didn't like it, was really worried, but I really truly believe in him as a president and as a human being.
I got hairy legs.
So there you go. They are in denial. They are in denial that this is a crushing blow. People are speculating that Gavin Newsom is on his way to Washington, D.C. right now to shove Joe Biden out of the Oval Office, but no confirmation on that.
Did you get the, you mentioned it, I think, at the beginning, but it's probably worth bringing up. The entire New York Times editorial board came out and said, you got to go. Yeah.
The funny thing about that is that article, that opinion piece appeared to have been written a couple days previous to the debate. And so they had the headline ready to go. And the guts of the article ready to go is just that they went back in and filled in specifics about the debate.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. According to the guys over there at Timcast IRL. And when you make an article, it can attach a creation date to the article in the content management system that they use. And it also tracks edit. And I guess they use something similar over there at Timcast IRL. And they saw that the original timestamp that article creation was a few weeks previous or a few days previous. So they had that ready to go. And after the debate, they thought that was the best time to use it.
They probably wrote 2 articles. They probably wrote an article talking about how great Biden is and how terrible Trump is. Mm-hmm. And then they wrote another one saying, being conciliatory and saying they has to step down.
Yeah.
It's called the Omicron.
Boy, it is. It's a real shit show out there. But Biden, he's unshaken, and he says his campaign continues on, and he looks forward to debate number 2. So I'm sure they're trying to convince him at this point to step down. But are they dealing with a senile old man who thinks that he's better than he actually is, so he won't step down? And will they be forced to use 2 different things? Will they be forced to use the 25th Amendment on him to get him out? Or will they just use the superdelegates and the Democratic primary and a Democratic National Convention to just get rid of him? Which would look bad if they did that without Joe Biden's knowledge. If Joe Biden's refusing to step down and they decide to, unbeknownst to them, nominate a new person, that looks super bad. But maybe that's what they have to do. Either way, it's an uphill battle for him.
And apparently the driving force behind Biden's second run for second term is Jill. Mm-hmm. She is the one who is pushing really hard for him to stay in power. Yeah. I think because she probably enjoys all the creature comforts. So
because at this point, what more can he do? Like, what is so critical to the Biden family and their administration that they have to stay in power? Not just like the administration, because probably if there was another democratically elected person from the Democratic Party, most of those people would stay in place pretty much. It'd be like Obama 4.0. But why does Biden have to be in there? Why does Biden and Jill have to be in there? And so there's something that is necessary for them to be in there. And it can't be just Hunter.
There's 2 possibilities there. One, it has to do with just sheer ego.
Yes.
You get to that level, you don't want to give up your access to things. And then 2, the option would be the other option would be there is something that they're trying to hide, or something they need to maintain, or it's the back channel stuff from Ukraine. It's the protecting the criminal background stuff that comes out. It's hard to say in that sense, but I suspect at this point, because people are now openly talking about the Hunter Biden laptop, which was 51 people said was fake, and then it turns out nope, it's true because the FBI is talking about it. People openly talk about the corruption coming out of Ukraine, and the Biden family's criminal history is well documented. I think at this point it's purely ego.
I think it's survival. I think he knows if he retires, he is gone. Because a lot of times when older gentlemen retire and they don't have a hobby, their health declines because they're not working anymore.
Down really quickly. You're right. If they don't have something which gets them up every morning and they're going to work or they're volunteering, whatever they're doing, whatever that thing is, their driving force. You're right. They retire. You see the health go down
even more
immediately, yeah. And then they're gone in 2 or 3 years, sort of.
And so this is Joe Biden's hobby. Like this presidency is his hobby.
And
to keep him alive, to give him, it's a reason for him to get up in the morning. It gives him something to do, which is nice.
It's a reason for him to get up in the afternoon. That's right.
Yeah, to meet with people, and he gets to talk to his friends, and he gets them out in public, and he gets meals, and I'm sure it's nice. He gets car rides, pretty awesome.
He gets to go to the beach and sit there.
Yeah, so it's a great deal for him.
By the way, I dropped in the Carrot Shop. It starts at 3 seconds in if you want it. I did timestamp it, but it may not. This is the footage of Biden getting helped off stage by both a stagehand and his nurse. I mean, his wife.
He's being double teamed. Holy moly! Never thought I'd see this.
It was amplified as well, not just in a cognitive sense. Plenty of discussion online about this footage of the First Lady, Jill Biden, helping her 81-year-old husband off stage. You can see pretty small steps there, but having to be helped off. He clearly needed assistance to descend those steps to greet the 2 CNN moderators after that. So I'm sure that'll be images played as well. Let's get more reaction. CNN reporter Julia Benbrook has been good enough to join us live. Julia, thank you very much for your time. I know it's late over there. First of all, how...
Yeah.
And then I do have this clip, which is 6 seconds long, of Trump saying he didn't know what he said, and he's pretty sure Biden doesn't know what he said.
Yeah.
Good line.
It's, this is what Trump should have done. Should have done this more, because it was difficult to understand Biden.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Yeah. It's crazy what is going on in this country. Beyond the presidential campaign, it's just insane that our country is coming to this. But you know what? It's fun, and it certainly keeps people on their toes. One of our listeners sent me this kind of meme, kind of video edit, and it's about the debate.
Is this a cheap fake, Mike?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's a cheap fake.
Yeah, I honestly, I think Donald Trump should run this as an ad. I think Trump did, like, immediately after the debates, somebody on his team just strung together about a minute and a half of Biden's responses of Trump just standing there listening to Biden respond, and that was like a presidential advertisement for Trump, and it probably very effective because Biden came off like a bumbling fool. Mm-hmm. So here's a little video edit of Biden that one of our listeners sent in. Here we go.
Wake up. Joe Biden, wake up. 9/11.
One of the things that I strongly believe is
Joe Biden, wake up.
I should probably go home. I'm tired.
Joe Biden, wake up.
Joe, I'm tired. What's happening?
Joe Biden,
what's happening? Joe.
Hello, Mr. President. Wake up. The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
Wake up.
There you go. Just a little.
It's an edit from an older one, but I did like how they dropped that in at the end.
Yeah. Got some good stuff.
By the way, just people watching live on the stream, Streamlabs apparently is taking a shit, so you can pick up just the audio-only stream over on No Agenda Stream, but it is affecting Rumble, Twitch, and Twitter simultaneously.
Oh, really?
So, yep.
Okay.
It's been doing for about 10 minutes.
Sorry about that, people. Then I'll if we're dropping frames, I'll re-upload. I'm not getting any indication over here that I'm dropping frames, so I don't know what to say.
It's hitting all three services simultaneously, so it's clearly with Streamlabs.
Yeah. Sorry about that, people. But that's why we try to focus on the audio-only podcast.
Yep.
And the video is just a bonus. So,
I'll just freeze frame myself for the rest of the show.
Okay, there you go. Gresham looks great right there.
Do that.
He looks fantastic.
Like whole time. It's great.
But we can move on and do some other news. Let's move on and see what else we got.
This has been a disappointment.
It has been a disappointment. I guess I'm curious, like, if we take a step back on the debate, I don't think it changed anybody's mind. People who were for Biden are still for Biden. People who were for Trump are still for Trump. If nothing else, what it did was put a spotlight on what, and I'll just say the Trump side on this one, I think, wins only because the White House has been pushing back for a number of weeks on all these fake videos and he's perfectly cogent and there's no problem with cognitive ability. And then they put a big spotlight on him and you see that for an hour on television. There's a lot of questions being asked at this point.
It's a made-up tale.
But the people who were for Biden before are still for Biden. People who were for Trump are still for Trump. The undecided, that 30% in the middle, we'll see how that shakes out.
We got you.
You did.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I got some headlines here, people, and it doesn't look good for anything. Okay. But we're going to try to have some fun anyways. Here's a headline. Here's a fun headline for people out there. Pentagon says $62 million in Ukraine weapon aid was lost or destroyed, but it doesn't know which.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
It doesn't know. We could have lost the money. It could have been destroyed. Who knows? Yes, the Pentagon doesn't know whether $62 million is missing in U.S. weapon aid that went to Ukraine, or has it been destroyed?
Where's your "but we don't know" clip?
Where it is, but we don't know. That's Trump right there.
Trump. Yeah.
We don't know what's happening.
There we go.
But we don't know.
Yep, there it is.
There we go. The $62 million in weapons were designated for end-use monitoring, but problems in reporting and tracking between U.S. and Ukraine forces left an information gap as to what equipment may have been destroyed, lost, or diverted through November of 2023, according to the Department of Defense Office of the Inspector General report. The Pentagon
just say it was stolen.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. It's just gone. It sounds like it was sold to the black market.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably it.
Went in the front door, right out the back.
The Pentagon has had consistent problems tracking U.S. aid to Ukraine since the country's war with Russia began in 2022.
They should have done better.
They should have. That's for sure. So just keep that in mind, people. We got some missing. Well, it says it's missing aid, but does that aid is it missing weapons or money to use to buy weapons? It's unclear in that report.
And did they say how much that was valued at?
$62 million. It was valued at way more than that.
$8,737,540,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just that's a huge amount. I mean, in the larger scheme of the amount of fleecing going on in Ukraine, that's tiny. But in taken by itself, $62 million would just be like, I don't know where it went. Where'd it go? Where's the congressional inquiries? Where's all the people getting fired and put in jail for this stuff? But
don't worry about it. We got to kick that can down the road a little bit more. Mm-hmm.
Well, that goes to the no agenda theory that they want to get Trump in because all this shit's going to come out at some point, and that way they can blame it all on him.
Oh yeah, he's going to get in there. And this next story is something I was unaware of until John C. Dvorak really harped on this. And apparently, according to this headline, this could mean the end to the government as we know it, the end of democracy, the end to our way of life. Here we go. Yeah, this is a big deal. Headline, people. This is from The Nation, thenation.com. We just witnessed the biggest Supreme power grab since 1803.
Oh, really? Supreme Court power grab? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, what did I say?
You just said Supreme.
Oh, Supreme Court power grab. Yes. In the biggest judicial power grab since 1803, the Supreme Court today overruled Chevron versus Natural Resources Defense Council, a 1984 case that instructed the judiciary to defer to the president and the president's experts in executive agencies when determining how best to enforce laws passed by Congress. In so doing, the court gave itself nearly unlimited power over the administrative state and its regulatory agencies.
Okay.
Did they, though?
And it goes on to say, now, if you're not a lawyer, that probably sounds bad. But mainly in a technical sense, regulatory agencies like the Environmental Protection Agency and the Security and Exchange Commission issue issue influential but deeply complicated rules. So it makes sense that somebody should have final authority over what and how to enforce those rules. Since we have already made the disastrous decision to allow the Supreme Court to tell us who gets to be president and what women can be forced to do with their bodies, it might not sound like that big of a leap to also let the court decide how much can leak into our drinking water, which predators are allowed to sell, and which predators are allowed to sell mortgages. So this is a very biased article. The Supreme Court is not making a decision. They're basically, I think they're just kicking it back to Congress to be more well-defined in the laws they passed.
Well, first of all, yeah, the Supreme Court's not doing shit. This Supreme Court is pretty gutless, and they don't like to take on anything. But they're not the ones making the decisions. What they said was basically, instead of, when there's a question, instead of simply asking the regulatory agency, the administrative state, what they would like to do, you take it to the courts, and then let the court decide. The court could still 100% in a case-by-case basis back the regulatory agency. Or the court could say, no, we're going to side on the side of the plaintiff. So it's up to a court, because that's how laws work. That's what the judicial system is supposed to do. But instead, you've got the administrative state just running around doing whatever they want, making up their own regulations, not laws.
This article also goes on to say, well, I wish I had better news for you. I wish I could say we just have to clap very hard in the next election and Tinkerbell will live and restore Roe versus Wade. But this isn't a fairy tale. There is literally nothing can be done to restore the rights the Supreme Court has taken away or restore the power the Constitution gives to the people.
Is this in the same article?
This is the same article.
The Supreme Court didn't say shit about Roe versus Wade in the last couple of weeks whenever they're ruling on their stuff.
Comes from thenation.com.
Yeah, I know, but they just pivoted right there from Chevron deference to Roe v. Wade, and they didn't even take a breath.
Well, this is at the end of the article. I skipped down.
So what you're saying is they're still upset.
They're upset about
2 years ago.
They're upset about every recent Supreme Court decision, and this is just another decision made by the Supreme Court that they disagree with. And they go on to say the only way to restore the rights the Supreme Court has taken away, other than reforming the Supreme Court and flooding it with justices who don't think that they are kings, is by court expansion. Is the only way to stop the Supreme Court. Basically, add more judges on the Supreme Court. That's what they're asking here. They're packing the Supreme Court. That's what they want to do.
There should be hundreds of them.
Yes. But it goes on to say, but to expand the court, we have to elect Democrats, many of whom are also against court expansion. Then we have to push those Democrats to get rid of the filibuster, which many don't want to do. Then we have to get Democrats to use their power. Then we have to get the Democrat president to put in the right kind of justices on the court. And we have to do this all over the unified objection of the Republican Party, the Christian right, and the fossil fuel industry, the financial services industry, your racist uncle who watches Fox News, and Ice Cube.
Ice Cube? What?
Ice Cube, the rapper. Apparently, the nation does not like Ice Cube, the rapper.
Yeah. By the way, the person who wrote that does not understand fundamental principles of how the government operates, because they said they need the president to put in more justices. The president simply nominates. They have to be approved by, I believe, both houses of Congress.
Yep.
Definitely the Senate. So, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, they're upset
Go
about
back to 8th grade.
Well, this is a very important ruling and could help dismantle the administrative state and help remove.
Keep in mind, it will not retroactively affect anything that has been done to this point.
Only if, maybe. What if you put in new bureaucrats who refuse to enforce these the old regulations? I don't know.
No. What I'm saying is the Supreme Court ruling specifically says moving forward, any discrepancies, any disagreements between a regulatory agency and any aggrieved party, corporation, person, organization, whatever it is, goes to the courts. It does not go back and undo anything that's been going on for the last 40 years. Now, people can bring those charges. They can bring those cases forth again and say that they want them reviewed, and that would be, but that's going to take time. Basically all it's doing is saying the highest level, you don't immediately err on the side of whatever the regulatory agency says.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? This is all phony. This is all baloney.
Yeah, maybe.
Phony baloney.
So that's a big decision, and I think a good one.
That one will have a lot of. It will take years to shake out, but that one will have a lot of impact.
Mm-hmm. Now, there is a new show coming out that I am looking forward to.
Who is it? Another one of the Walking Dead shows?
No, not a Walking Dead show. I actually canceled my AMC subscription, so I am...
is this breaking news?
I guess if you listen to the show, you know that I have watched The Walking Dead since it came out, and I've watched every spin-off show. But when times are tough, and they are, you got to start watching how much you're paying for streaming services, how much you're spending everywhere. And we, the family here, my wife and the dogs and the goats, we all talked, and we agreed that having an AMC subscription is not the best thing to do right now, considering the economic hardship that is facing the entire country because of Joe Biden.
Even the goats were in on this?
I consult with them on financial matters, sure. They're part of the family.
At least as far as the IRS is concerned.
Yeah. They're dependents? You tell me they're not dependents? Of course they are. Well, this is...
all right, what's the new show?
A new show tasks conspiracy theorists with proving that the Earth is flat.
I love that headline.
Oh, yes. A novel new reality show will require flat Earth believers to convince a panel of experts that they are correct.
Okay.
Those who believe that the Earth is flat, despite overwhelming, incontrovertible evidence to the contrary, will soon be given a chance to put forward their case to a panel of experts, thanks to a new reality show coming later this year to a new streaming service called The Network. I got to sign up for a new streaming service?
Yep, you just screwed yourself.
I just canceled AMC and I got to sign up to The Network?
What is The Network?
I don't even know what The Network is. How do I get it? Entitled Flat Earthers, the show, which is described as part docuseries and part compilation, or part competition, will give 4 families $50,000 of resources that they can then use in an attempt to prove that the Earth is flat.
Yes.
If they can convince the majority of the panel of scientists, theologians, and cartographers that their beliefs are correct, they will win an undisclosed cash prize. Why is it undisclosed?
I guess it depends on how many subscribers they have.
Maybe. And why is it just a panel of scientists, theologians, and cartographers? Well, shouldn't it be just a panel of regular people? Because the scientists, theologians, and cartographers are coming in with their own preconceived notion about this reality and Earth. It should be not only scientists, theologians, and cartographers, but also just regular people, like your average, everyday people. Some people from America, maybe some people from Brazil, Middle East, China. Put them all on a panel.
Some guy named Steve.
Steve, maybe. Let's get Steve on there.
Stan?
We'll get Stan on there. Yeah.
Daryl, Michael, Jacob,
Daryl,
Tyler.
Michael, yeah. Daryl, Michael, Jacob.
Rice.
No, not right.
Danny, Brian, Russell, Mike, Katie, Brian, Jenny, James, and Lynn.
Yeah.
Nathaniel, Pink Sweater, Sky, Ice 9, Owl Killer, Catherine, Ray, Chris, Thumper, Bart, every one of you.
Yeah, you're all on the panel.
You're all on the panel.
Yeah.
Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Louisiana, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska,
Moscow, Tokyo,
North Dakota,
Singapore,
Oklahoma,
Dubai,
South
Abu
Carolina,
Dhabi.
South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia.
Where's the Daryl, Michael, Tyler one?
Kevin, David, Tyler, Daryl, Joseph,
There it
Paul,
is.
Gordon, Todd, James.
That's a good one.
That's the panel.
Yeah, I like that.
I like Gordon's opinion especially.
We need, so it can't be just scientists and theologians. We need a whole wide range of professions that are on.
And McWest.
Yeah.
Are you a mechanic? Are you a farmer? Are you a doctor? Are you a school teacher? Are you a banker? Are you a plumber? Whether you are an auto mechanic or a farmer or a rancher or a shopkeeper or an insurance salesman or a police officer or in the military or a lawyer or a paralegal, it doesn't matter whether you're a masseuse, whether you're a grocery checker, you could be a police officer, you could be a school teacher, you could be a trash collector, you could be a politician, you could be a musician, you could be a nurse.
We want you all on the Flat Earth panel. And back to the article, given how unlikely it is that anyone will actually win, however, the amount will probably be irrelevant anyways. No, it is not. There are some big flat earthers out there that make some compelling cases, and I would love to see them. I don't know who these four families are. Are these four goofball families from like South Dakota?
At least one of them is going to have a real thick, like Central North Carolina accent.
Yeah, I there are some really well thought out flat earthers out there. David Weiss is like probably the most prominent. You got Hilbert. I think maybe Hilbert is one of them, or Hiller. He put out some documentaries on flat Earth, and they're compelling. And I would like to see their ideas in here. Just recently, Tim Pool had on Primetime Alex Stein. And Alex Stein is, I think, an 80% flat earther. And he was asking Tim Pool to give him money to go to the Antarctica so Alex Stein can check out if there is a giant ice wall there to determine if flat Earth is real or not. And Tim Pool said he would give him the money.
Yo, this is wild.
Who's the... drawing a blank on the guy's name. There was someone else who's going to go down to Antarctica.
We were going to send Eddie Bravo and Sam Tripoli to go down there to work at the post office. They refused our offer to send them down there. They ghosted us.
Maybe it was Eddie Bravo who was going to go on some cruise down there to check it out.
Yeah.
Look at this,
I can't
dude.
remember now.
It's one of those things that people talk about going down there, and if Alex Stein can get down there, I would support that. I want to see Alex Stein go down there.
This is crazy.
Check out the post office.
Yeah, check out the post office. Send us a postcard. Alex Stein used to come on Union of the Unwanted. He was on there a few times. He talked to Charlie Robinson of Macroaggressions. They're friendly. And then Alex Stein just, he ghosted the Union people. He did. He got too big.
He got too big
and he ghosted us. I get it. Forget your
friends.
friends.
A lot going on. He's out hustling, building his media empire.
Yeah. He outgrew us. Kind of sucks. You kind of hope that the people that you invite on, if they grow, they're like, hey, you know what? These people, they had me on when I was just a fledgling little YouTube show. But no, he left us in the dust with not even looking back over his shoulder.
Sure, whatever.
From the press release, it seems that the show is more about highlighting the increasing number of Americans who believe that the Earth is flat than it is about taking the idea itself too seriously. Quote, as we continue to deliver audiences free premium content, we are excited to announce this daring and genre-breaking docuseries. Said the
series.
Said the network creator, Aram Rappaport. So I guess the network is kind of like maybe like Tubi or Roku, where they have like free streaming, but it's just ads. It's just like TV, but they're just streaming it.
Apparently the network, if it's the same one I'm looking at here, the network.stream, it says always original, always free. So is this only original content, or am I looking at the wrong thing?
I don't know. Let's see, the flat Earth phenomenon continues to grow on a global level. Weird. Flat Earthers will provide a fascinating view into the psyche of the human condition and what drives belief systems worldwide. All 10 episodes of the show will launch in December.
Oh, right.
Right after the election.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
If you need a post-election decompression, you can go ahead and watch this series for
I
free.
thought what you meant there was is launching after the election, because what they discover is so earth-shattering that it would change the outcome of the election if people knew about it.
I see what you're saying. Well, do you think if it's like they discover that the earth is flat, you would have to bring that up at the debate? You would have to. You'd have to.
Pass.
We'll move on. I got some other headlines here, please. You want to learn about some Hindu dog superstitions? I got a list.
Hindu dog superstitions? Are these superstitions about dogs by Hindus or superstitions about Hindu dogs?
If you're a Hindu, you might believe these superstitions about dogs. So
I was thinking maybe these dogs were raised in Hinduism.
I don't think so.
All right.
12
things
auspicious
that Hindu people believe about dogs.
Yeah, 12 auspicious and inauspicious signs about dogs if you're a Hindu. Here we go. Auspicious signs associated with dogs. I'm a big dog lover. I've owned many a dog. I live with many a dog. Gretchen, do you have any dogs?
I do not have a dog.
Have you ever owned a dog?
I've had many dogs.
Okay. Well, number one, if you feed a black dog, your chances of distress and untimely death may be reduced. So that's good news. If you feed a black dog.
Feed a black dog, your chances of distress
and untimely death are reduced.
That's some good news on that front.
I don't know what that really means.
While traveling, if you see a dog with bread or food in its mouth, then it's a sign of financial gain. Similarly, if you see a dog digging a pit in front of your house and hiding food in it, it's an indicator of receiving wealth.
That's good news.
Okay. If you're going on a journey and a dog follows you, and if that dog is on your left, it's a sign of good luck and financial gain. However, if the dog is on your right side, it may indicate an upcoming theft or financial loss.
Oh, really?
So keep that in mind.
By the dog?
Yeah. What do you mean? The dog's not going to receive the financial loss.
No,
you
is
will.
the dog the one who's going to rob you?
It doesn't state that here.
Yeah, it kind of implied it. If that dog's on your left, he owes you money. The dog's on the right, he's going to rob you.
Maybe. Okay, you could read into it if you want to like that. I'm thinking like in reality, like good fortune. Like there are good luck things, bad luck things. This is how they're viewing it. It is believed in North India that if a dog is chasing you on your left side, it indicates either a beautiful woman in your life or a chance of financial gain. So there you go. You might get a beautiful woman or increase your financial status in this life if a dog is chasing you on the left side. If a dog is chasing you on your right side, it's not a good sign at all. So keep that in mind, people. According to the Hindu, dogs may indicate money buried in the ground. If a dog suddenly rubs its head on the ground repeatedly, then hidden wealth may be found there.
Why are these all about hidden wealth?
Okay.
Who's hiding all this wealth?
It appears that the Hindu religion is obsessed with financial gain and money. So
Look, I need money.
Yeah.
Every one of these is about hidden wealth.
I guess now Alex Jones is adopting every stray dog to help him find money to pay off the Sandy Hook families.
Standing on the left side of him. Put him over there. Look,
I want the money.
Where's the wealth?
Number 6, if you find a dog mating on the right hand side of the road while going to gamble, it is a good sign for earning some winnings.
Financial wealth, motherfuckers.
That's just common sense. If you see 2 dogs boning on the side of the road when you're going to gamble, that means you're going to have a good time.
Are these 12 superstitions, or is this one superstition 12 times?
Well, I mean, there are some different details in each one of these, but a lot of them do revolve around money and dogs. On your right, on your left or right side.
On one side or the other, right or left. If you see a dog digging a hole, upcoming wealth. If you see a dog filling in a hole, upcoming wealth. Dog on your left, wealth. Dog on your right, wealth. Dog in front of you, wealth. Dog screwing, wealth. Dog not screwing, wealth.
Yeah.
We like dogs.
Here's some inauspicious signs associated with dogs, okay? In Hindu scripture, any dog crying in front of the house is considered a bad sign. But if it is a black dog, then it is even more inauspicious. If a black dog sits in front of your house and cries at night, it may indicate illness, financial loss, or the possible death of a family member.
Okay.
And then incoming financial wealth.
No, I mean, only if it's on your right side. But
hey, family member dies, get some money.
Crying dog is never good. Number two, if you're going on a journey and see a black dog wandering around, it may indicate a loss of money in business.
What if you see a dog wandering around?
Just a black dog wandering around like lost. It's not good for your business.
Gay fucking shit.
What if the dog's like walking in a straight line, is clearly not lost or not wandering? Is that financial gain?
No, it's not. Well, maybe we'll find out more here. If you're going on an important journey and you see a black dog with a shoe in its mouth, or if a black dog has run away with your shoe, or that any or any of your family members' shoes, that indicates a financial loss.
Oh shit!
Very specific.
Yeah. So if a black dog takes your shoe or any of your family members' shoe before you're going away on an important journey, that's bad news financially speaking.
What if it takes like a neighbor's shoe?
That's okay. It's not a family member.
Do you get financial gain from that?
I think it's just kind of funny. Silly dog taking
your shoe. Son of a bitch.
Dogs may indicate upcoming sorrows. If a group of dogs gathers at a place and starts barking, it is an inauspicious sign for the people living there. Specifically, it is a sign of quarrels and illness. So a lot of dogs around barking, that ain't good, you know? Like, this is a bad sign. Someone's getting sick today.
Should be more dogs than that.
That's a lot of dogs right there. Okay. Additionally, if you are eating food and your dog starts shaking his head left and right with his tail raised, looking confused, then there's a possibility of illness due to that food. So be careful. You might be bad food poisoning right there. So keep that in mind. There's the 12 signs, people. There's the 12 signs. I think I got them all.
I'm curious. There's a lot of financial news in that.
I wonder which side the dog was on when Joe Biden got off from the podium. Was it good luck or bad luck? For
the dog was there in the CNN studio digging a hole and burying food.
He was digging a hole, putting his head in the hole. That's a bad sign from Biden. There we go. We'll move on. I just wanted to bring that up because it was dumb and it was a list. Here we go.
I just want to point out that.
So you can put it. I can keep talking.
All right. Of the 12 things there, the 12 signs, they mentioned finance in 8 of them.
Yes. Yeah. They did. Yeah.
Do not run your financial decisions based on a dog.
I'll bring up this headline here because it's UFO news, and then I'll throw it over to Cretchen here. Maybe we'll take some phone calls. And throw it over to Cretchen.
Yeah, we need some phone calls. And are we doing drawbridge or donations?
I'm not prepared, but I probably can throw something together.
Thought we were going to do that.
Yeah, I forgot. I was trying to.
Is it because you were outside and a dog went by on your left?
No, I started on the OBDM custom chat GPT reality analyzer.
Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah, it is. I have it. We can ask it questions if you want. I have uploaded like 19 different books ranging from Missing 411 to secret Gnostic teachings, books on the...
So you're feeding it in a lot of text and specialized text.
Specialized text.
Nice.
Custom GPT, and I told it to gear its responses based upon these documents, and each subsequent document that I upload give me a new and improved theory about this reality. And so I was working on that.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
But here we go. Here's a headline. Pentagon confirms ongoing collaboration with Five Eye allies on UAP investigations. So there we go. How about that, people?
Oh, really?
Yes, the Five Eyes. Pretty important. I think the Five Eyes, we have New Zealand, we got Australia, Canada, US, and UK. Am I right about that?
Australia, New Zealand, Canada, UK, US. Yes.
Okay.
About 5.
Okay. Let's see here. Do I have a rundown on this? I might have a rundown. I'm trying to see if I...
A rundown?
Yeah. Okay, so this is like the summary of this. So the Department of Defense has confirmed to the Liberation Times that the United States and its allies continue to discuss areas of mutual interest and concern related to UAP. So the key points here is that the inaugural UAP meeting with the U.S. All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office took place in May of 2023. Representatives from each of the Five Eyes countries attended, discussing mutual interest and concerns over UAP. Now, this could mean anything. UAP, this is why I don't like the term UAP, because it's too all-encompassing. At least UFO is unidentified flying object. UAP could mean anything. And oftentimes, it's just drones when they use the term UAP. And that's
any specific aircraft, they don't have a identifier, because a lot of the footage out there, especially from the Navy early on, a lot of the footage, not the one from the plane, but the ones from the ships, are Chinese drones.
Yeah. So despite public statements, the UK and all the other nations participate actively, indicating a broader commitment to UAP investigations. Official UK documents confirmed that they provided updates on UAP during the meeting, although the Ministry of Defense states that no military threat had been identified in relation to the UAP sightings, which I find hard to believe, considering how many of the drones have been spotted over almost every power facility in the United States. I can only assume the same thing is happening in the UK.
Mm-hmm. Any of what they would consider critical infrastructure, you have lots of drones over them, and it's getting classified as a UAP.
And that is basically it. They are continuing to, the Five Eyes are continuing to share information and work, at least at the bureaucratic level of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. So each government probably has something similar, a mid-tier, a bureaucratic group of people that talk to each other, and that the people really in the know are not really talking to each other about this stuff. It's just the mid-tier people that they're exchanging information about drones. That's it.
Well, and also they didn't come up with anything conclusive on that they're all going to all going to agree on their approach or anything. Apparently it's just general information sharing.
Yep. We saw this drone over here. Hey, we got an RC copter. How about that? Cool. Let me fly that around the office. And that's it.
Watch out, you'll hit Stan.
Yeah. We have indoor drones. They're fun. But I just want to bring that up. But it's the first time I've heard that the Five Eyes nations are all talking to each other about this stuff. But makes sense. Okay, what do you say, Cratchit? Let's open up the phone lines.
Let's take some phone calls.
Yeah.
William in Tennessee, you're on the air. Go ahead.
All right. 614-388-9109, or you guys can Skype directly in using our big dumb mouth. And we will do our best We'll do our best to answer your questions, engage in a lively conversation. And then I think Cretchen's got a lot of stories over there. Coincidentally, I have 2 stories. One about the tallest bike in the world, and then another about the longest bike in the world. Do you have those stories, Cretchen?
I don't. Why are you reading about bike news?
I don't know. Somehow bike news came across my my desk. Caller, you're on the air.
Yo, it's Destro.
Hello, hello.
Yo, what's up, Destro?
Hey, the best part of the debate Thursday night was it should be immortalized on YouTube, but CNN for like 30 minutes after the debate was absolutely incredible. They had a panel of like 12 people just melting down. I think Van Jones was on the verge of tears. He was verbally filleting Joe Biden, but they were all just like in complete shock, which I don't know. I still don't know if it was genuine or not, because who the hell could not have foreseen Thursday night?
Right? We could have. Maybe they don't, because they're all telling each other how great Joe Biden is, and they believe their own shit. And I saw segments of that CNN post wrap up. They kept reiterating how much they love Joe Biden. They love Joe Biden. It's like they were literally in love with Joe Biden, and it pained them to criticize him at all.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got a couple of sources up on the Hill that it was absolute, just like shock Friday morning up on the Hill. Oh shit! I'm about to go into a tunnel.
Oh man,
that's all. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, for everyone who can look and hear, it wasn't that much of a surprise. But I guess for the people at CNN and MSNBC, probably pretty much a huge shock that the person that you have been propping up did not live up to your own expectations. Caller, you are on the air for some reason.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, man?
Quiet.
I was just trying to do a Dr. Disrespect. Can you play some of those drops of Dr. Disrespect out of respect?
I will try, yeah. How about this one right here?
Yeah, I like that.
That's a good one. Good. Yeah.
So what do you think? Like, what do you think about what's going on with him? I was just wondering. There's been some recent developments, namely the fact that he said, "Oh yeah, I did talk to the 17-year-olds or whatever."
So when it comes to Dr. Disrespect, this is my best guess, and I talked about this on the last show, is that when he was rising to his streaming prominence, internet fame, he started talking to anybody and everyone, and it's also he's acknowledged that he has cheated on his wife, and I think that he probably had some sort of sexual addiction where he just couldn't say no, and hopefully he got help. Talking to minors, super creepy. But we still don't know in which way that happened. Was he just talking, or was there something way more inappropriate? Have no idea. And anything that happened between like him and his wife, that's up to them. That's like his personal matter. If they can work that out, they went to marriage counseling. If he sought some sort of counseling, great. In the grand scheme of things, it's like what is happening with him is not that important. It's interesting, salacious, and drama-filled, and whatever kind of things that he was up to, that's his business. As long as it's not illegal, I don't really care. It's just, he apparently admitted to doing some pretty creepy things.
Well, that's what the same thing with Justin Roiland. He was DMing underage girls, but none of it was illegal. But he still had his whole life destroyed about, which might have been deserved because it's a little creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy.
I guess the main reason I was calling in is just because I wanted to hear all the Dr. Disrespect drops you have. But Kawawa, blow me up, and shop good.
Yep. Take care, man.
Kawawa.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't want to see his life ruined over like creepy stuff. And I do believe people can change and change for the better. You gotta give people a chance to adjust their life. And yeah, that stuff happened. You gotta acknowledge any sort of shitty thing that you did and ask for forgiveness from the people that you wronged. Not everyone else, just the people you wronged.
Yo.
Caller, you're on the air.
How's it going?
Hey.
You're going Saturday. I didn't watch any of the debate. Was it any good?
We played clips of it. I think the best parts of it. What do you mean by good? Was it good for the country?
Saturday.
Yes.
No, it wasn't good for the country. It was good for memes, drama, conversation, infighting. It was not good for the country because it only underscored how bullshit the mainstream media is and how much they lie to everyone. So I guess in that way, it exposed that more.
I gotcha. I just had a chance to tune in. I've been fighting Python woes all morning.
Oh, why are you doing that? What kind of Python problems you got?
My MacBook that I was running BoostBot stuff off of, the battery has reached its its end of life. The battery expanded and it cracked open the fucking aluminum case, and went and bought a mini PC, and I'm running version 3.10, but I think I need 0.9. I'm not entirely sure quite yet. So I've just been trying to wrap my head around that.
Have you started using Python virtual environments?
Yes.
Okay. And you have a requirements file, a requirements.txt, correct?
I believe so.
So that's what you need in order to ensure whatever you're running that was running on your old computer and you want to move it to your new computer, you got to install the correct pip packages, but there's going to be differences between Windows and a Linux-based machine. But there's workarounds. Hit me up in the Discord, and I will help you through Python woes.
Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is all in preparation for tomorrow after No Agenda. We're going to be live with the Satellite Skirmish. We got 6 bands now, all doing a live stream, and we as a podcast are going to tune in to those live streams and rebroadcast them with all of the wallet information and stuff associated with it.
You're bloody mad for doing this. You've gone too far.
It's wild. We got 4 MCs all cartoonified for this.
Wow. 4 MCs.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. So how long is it going to take place?
It should be right at 3 hours.
Wow.
Come on.
Yep. We're trying some new ways to queue bands remotely using the split kit made by Stephen B., which is what we use for live chapters and shit. Lots of new stuff we're testing out.
Should be fascinating. You should post a link on Twitter, and I want to check it out.
Will do. We got shout out to Empathize, who's listening. He's going to be one of the performers for tomorrow. He's another one of the Piss Army, and he is a phenomenal musician. Can't wait to see him out there.
I like this right here.
Well, I look forward to checking it out. And yeah, hit me up. We'll see if we can work through your Python woes very quickly.
Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know much, but I do know Python. And I know Python on Windows, Linux, and Mac. And it can be a nightmare when you're going from one operating system to another. And we can fix it. We can fix it, Crash It. Don't worry.
Just put all the dependency libraries in the same place. It's fine.
Right. Unless you want to run isolated environments. But yeah.
Everything goes on Docker. Do it the right way.
Maybe you're not wrong there. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, it's Miles in Charlottesville, one of the very fine people.
Miles!
Quiet. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that, man. I'm so sick of hearing my city's name besmirched in the news.
Yeah.
I have lived here for 30 years. I went to UVA, graduated UVA. Now I work there, walk all over UVA. I've seen all the made-up Palestine protests, but that very fine people stuff. I went to all 3 of those rallies, even the Black Lives Matter rally, so I could see everything with my own eyes. It is absolute bullshit, man. There are no Nazis here. This town was like half black 30 years ago when I lived here. Now it's like the newcomers are filling it up. But still, dude, we don't have that here. Like, everybody says this place is a cesspool of racism. It is not. It is absolutely not. Everything is bullshit. I just want to get that out there. And they chemtrail us really hard. I got a lot of videos of that, just tic-tac-toe in the sky right here in a fairly major metropolitan area now. And they just like, we're close to Virginia, close to the beach, close to Northern Virginia, and they just like tic-tac-toe it out. We had like massive flooding this week. Like, everybody's got flu-like symptoms from all the crap they sprayed on us.
Kind of like Joe Biden.
It's all real, and it's all real. It's all happening. And that guy on stage was not Joe Biden, or that was a prosthetic mask. But I saw a guy nodding off. That's what I saw.
Yeah.
I should probably hang up now before I get you guys a strike. But I just want to say, dude, Charlottesville is peaceful and beautiful. Everything about it that's said bad is total BS, man.
All right, man.
I love you guys. Thank you for everything. This is the most joyful part of my week, even though it might not be coming through right now. I love you all. I love the chat. This is the best chat on the internet, man. Just the right size. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Can't believe the media would lie about Charlottesville like that.
Yeah, was it? I think it was this week or last week. Snopes came out, and after 7 years, finally, we're like, yeah, you know, that's not exactly what he said, and we made all that up.
All right, 7 years later. 7 years later.
Quiet.
Well, Biden used that to get elected. He kept talking about the very fine people and people coming out of the woods, veins bulging. Remember that? He kept saying that.
Yeah.
You guys talk about how nothing's happened.
Yeah. He ran. His whole presidential campaign of 2020 was based upon that. About on something that he did not either failed to understand the full context of the story, or he basically based his campaign off of what someone told him. It's like, oh yeah, that's what happened. I'm going to run my entire campaign based upon what you just told me.
Apparently, Biden brought it up again on Thursday during the debate.
Oh wow! Oh, he hung up. I didn't hang up on you. I clicked somebody through, and they hung up. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Face to the screen, guys.
Hey, face to the screen. What's going on?
Oh, not much. I just know Miles was talking about Charlottesville there, and we were talking about the debate on the show there. You guys were, and we're in the chat, but
yeah.
So Booski had a great idea on Thursday night that, like, if Charlottesville was to be mentioned by President Biden during the debate, then he was going to shotgun a beer.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, I've never shotgunned a beer ever in my life before, but if you're doing it, I'll do it. So, like, and then of course it came up. I mean, I kind of knew when I took the challenge that it was going to happen, because of course they're going to talk about Charlottesville, right?
Sure.
I hope my phone doesn't sound too bad. Am I all right?
You sound good.
We can't have cussing.
Okay, awesome. But yeah, like, anyway, so it came up, and then I shotgunned that beer. And then later, like 20, 30 minutes later, whatever, Trump mentioned Charlottesville again, so we had to do it again. So I, like, shotgunned 2 beers. So we fired 2 blasts from the front porch, basically.
Nice. Did you get drunk off 2 beers?
No. I was actually, well, the thing is, like, I had to kind of, like, going into it, I knew, I was like, well, I better not drink too much outside of these 2 shotgun beers, because then I will be hammered.
Does it count?
I had to work at 6:30 the next morning, so.
Does it count if you shotgun 2 non-alcoholic beers? Like O'Doul's.
Some near beer.
I shotgun 2 near beers.
Yeah, near beer, sure, man. I mean, I guess, you're still participating at least, you know? But no, I, had a couple tall boys. Actually, they were tall. So by the second time, like when Trump mentioned Charlottesville, and we had to do it a second time, the beer was even colder because it was in my refrigerator longer. And that was kind of hard to get that one down.
Do you drink a couple tall boys?
Oh, yeah.
Look at your child.
But yeah, I mean, that was a great call from Miles there a minute ago. Yeah, Charlottesville, that thing gets so overblown. It's so ridiculous,
Stupid. It's stupid.
It's just sad. But anyway, that's about all I had for you guys. It was really fun in the Discord. Just anybody that's listening that's not in the Discord should try to get in there. I'm sorry about the road noise.
It's all right.
But yeah, the Discord was great on Thursday night. have a lot of fun in there. So anybody that's not in there should try to get in there and enjoy it.
All right. Hey, thank you, Face of the Screen. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks, gentlemen.
Bye.
Have a good day.
I'm disappointed he didn't call us slaves.
Yeah, me too. But we're going to head on over and see what kind of news Cretched has right now. Here we go.
I've had it up to here.
Do you want to do your crazy bike stories? You got 2 bike stories.
And now
well.
we can save those. They're stupid. Right. They're stupid. They're awful.
Okay, let's start with this story because it was brought up in the Discord, which Face to the Screen just advised everyone to join for as little as $1 a month.
Yep.
And this came from... I got to give credit, but I can't find the name now. I give credit to the Wheaty Villain for this story.
Yep.
The Wheaty Villain.
The Wheaty Villain, because we love Mothman.
We do.
And apparently, so do a lot of other people.
Mothman plush by Build-a-bear unveiled, but cryptid creature is already gone.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
It's listed out of stock shortly after release. Plush will be back soon, company says. Wow. You know what? Just when you thought Build-a-bear was like, what more can you do with it? They introduced cryptids, and it is huge.
Okay.
And there's a news story here. I hope this news story
I don't think the news story is related. Don't get fooled.
I mean, look, they got a Build-a-bear success story on the video screen.
Well, the story is about Build-a-bear, but it has nothing to do with Mothman.
Oh, it doesn't? Okay.
No.
A stuffed Mothman plushie figure appeared to have sold out Thursday within hours of its release on the Build-a-bear website. The man, the moth, the lovable legend, our new Mothman plush is now available exclusively online, the official Build-a-bear account said on X, formerly known as Twitter. The paranormal plush is inspired by the legend of a humanoid creature with glowing eyes. Only way cuter and cuddlier, it added, along with a video of the plush being unboxed. Yeah, I would have bought one. How much are these going for on eBay?
Well, hold on a second. They just threw you blew right past it. They said the Mothman plushie is based on the legend, but is much cuter and cuddlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's awful presumptuous.
Yeah, you're basically calling the OG ugly.
Yeah.
And not cuddly, which we don't know.
Ugly, smelly, dirty, jerky, mean son of a bitch.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, oftentimes when Mothman has been seen, it usually precedes a horrific disaster where people die. So it's kind of like a Hindu bad omen.
So what happens if you see Mothman on your left?
On your
right?
Mothman on your left side, it ain't good. If you see Mothman having sex on the right side of the road while going to gamble, things could be looking up for you.
If you see Mothman in your yard burying food, you're in for a financial windfall.
Yes. On the website, the Mothman plush is described as a mysterious winged friend who appears by popular demand, or does he? The description goes on. This paranormal plush has soft black fur with bright red eyes. The plush can be customized with outfits, sounds, scents, and accessories to make him even more unique. What kind of scents? Can I make him smell like crap? Or dog feces?
He comes with his own little vial of Sex Panther.
Oh, okay. The plush is priced at $25.50 and is sold either stuffed or unstuffed. What? I want it stuffed. I don't want a flat, thin Mothman. I want my Mothman plump.
Plump and rotund.
Yes, rotund. So plump he can't fly. He can't even get off the ground anymore.
Mothman's been spending too much time at the local barbecue joint and has trouble flying around.
Yeah. Goes McDonald's too much.
He's at McDonald's 2-3 times a day.
Yeah, he's loves
What's
the
on
stuff.
in there?
It is presently the only product under the Lovable Legends category on the Build-a-bear website. So we can expect, probably, I'm guessing, Bigfoot. Bigfoot is it's got to be the next one, right?
Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah. Definitely got to be Loch Ness Monsters. That's got to be up there.
Beast of Bray Road?
Yeah.
A gorgon, a zombie, a vampire, a werewolf, a chupacabra, a Bigfoot.
Yeah, all those. Yeah.
Stuffable chupacabra.
That's got to be
you're my
on
number
there.
one gift item.
And these guys are going to make a killing. How do we not come up with this shit?
Everyone on my Christmas list gets a Build-A-Bear chupacabra.
Yeah.
Spaceman.
A Mothman plush legend gift set priced at $50 include a Mothman plush along with a pair of jeans, black sneakers, and a T-shirt that reads "The Man, the Moth, the Legend."
Which is confusing because I don't think Mothman has ever been spotted in sneakers and jeans.
Let alone be referred to as a man.
Well, he's Mothman.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're a man. Like Spider-Man's not a man; it's a spider.
It wasn't Spider-Man; it was Man-Spider. You're right.
Oh, you're right. Both the Mothman plush and the gift sets were listed as out of stock within hours of posting the announcement of the release. Those who missed out getting their own cuddly Mothman need not worry. The Mothman plush will eventually be restocked, the company told Fox Business. The remarkable response to Mothman is simply another fun example of Build-A-Bear's ability to identify pop culture concepts that successfully connect with our teen and adult fan base, which comprise about 40% of our business. I'm be worried about that 40%.
Worried about the adults.
Yeah. We love our multi-generational iconic status that allows us to provide fan favorites like this, and we look forward to the return of Mothman at a future date. Customers can sign up for a restock alert on the Build-A-Bear website. The company knows. So on eBay, are there people reselling these things already?
Yeah, so I put a link in Carrot Shop if you want to look at those.
Yeah, I do. I want to buy them right now.
And buy all. Get a corner of the market.
Yep, and buy them up. Here we go. This is the eBay link. Okay. $99 for the first Mothman. And then the one right below that listed as $200 for a Mothman.
Okay, I need money.
It's Alex Jones. Bought them all up.
He's collected them all.
There's one even listed at $325.
Holy crap.
But somebody better give me some money.
$300 already. Or best offer.
I tell you what.
yeah.
I'll give you $10,000.
Damn it, Hulk.
Wow,
you're ruining it for everybody.
He goes hard on his eBay bids.
He has to send the guy a message to way overbid.
I was out the grocery store. I was trying to look for that new Hulk beer that's out, and they don't have it at Kroger. I don't think. I think I got to go to Walmart, and it's only like in 14 states, and I don't even know if Ohio is one of them. I'm hoping to get some Hulk beer before 4th of July because nothing really says America better than Hulk Hogan beer.
Well,
on Independence Day.
Isn't it actually called Real American Beer?
Yeah.
Me, Hulk Hogan.
I don't know. Could we look and see where the Hulk Hogan beer is at?
Let's see. Yeah, where do you find it?
Beer locations.
Launches a new beer line.
Okay, here. According to this says other states.
Yeah, I'm trying to find an actual list.
I need a list. Where
I assume he's working with a distributor. So which distributor is it? And then where is it going to be?
Which states are we in? Where can we?
Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Louisiana, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia.
No, I don't know. It's Florida, Minnesota, Colorado, and it says other states. But what other states? I want to know. Is it Ohio?
Yeah, the website itself won't even tell you where it is being sold.
They're saying like you can get it at Walmart, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, Albertsons,
Walmart?
Safeway, Sam's Club, Total Wine, and more. I'll go to Walmart if I have to. I'll strap on my bulletproof vest and get my 357 out. I'll go walk in there. I'll do it.
I'm not seeing a listing of it anywhere in particular, but
if anybody can ship me one can, that'd be great.
Yeah, don't open that can.
It began June 13th. It should be out. There's got to be reviews online, like people drinking this stuff. Let me take a look at that beer. It looks good.
Yeah, even though I'm not finding anything here as far as like find it locally or something.
It looks good.
It looks good. How do you know?
I look at the can. It looks good.
Man, that can makes me want to drink that beer.
Yeah.
Said no alcoholic ever.
All right, Chris, we're going to do another story here.
Alrighty.
Good night.
So speaking of Walmart, here's a guy who maybe he ordered some real American beer from Walmart or waited for his neighbor to, more accurately. But we've heard in recent years a number of retailers are talking about drone delivery. And I think we've all wondered, well, what happens if you take a few shots at one of them?
Yeah.
Well, this is what happens.
What happens when you start shooting at drones? Bring this up on screen right here.
And there is an actual local news story for this.
Oh, there is? Okay, great. Yes. Yeah. Florida man accused of shooting Walmart delivery drones.
Wait, hold on. I've got a second story that has the local news story. My mistake.
Okay.
I love that headline.
This is Dennis Wynn, 72 years old, faces firearm criminal mischief charges. Yeah, he's a real mischief.
Why won't it paste into Carrot Shop? There. Use that second link. It's got the local news story.
El Carrot Shopo.
That's where it is.
Let me bring this up on screen.
Fox 35 News exclusive right now. A man is accused of shooting down a delivery drone in Claremont. He says he thought it was spying on him.
Now he's charged with a felony. Fox 35's Kelsey Cairns is live in Lake County tonight. So, Kelsey, you spoke to the man's lawyer. What did he say?
Yes, and there's certainly a lot of questions surrounding this whole drone getting shot down, according to reports. Now, deputies say that man shot the drone with just a single shot using his 9mm gun. But his lawyer says he was acting in self-defense.
I fired one round at it. Now they say I hit it, so I must be a good shot.
Lake County deputies say Dennis Wynn shot a Walmart delivery drone, costing thousands in damage. His attorney says he was defending himself.
Mr. Wynn was defending his property. He felt that this drone was invading his private property. He is a homeowner.
A deputy report says Wynn shot the drone down with his 9mm pistol on Wednesday. That same report says the drone, which was operated by Drone Up Delivery Service, was flying overhead Wynn's property. And when it began to descend with its payload from 230 feet in the air to 75 feet overhead, the drone's operator heard a loud bang, which is when Wynn allegedly shot it.
As far as the property, traditionally you don't really control the air above your house, and just like you don't have mineral rights underneath it, right? I mean, there's a limit to what you control. And so technically someone can fly it over your house.
The report says the drones deliver for the Walmart location on Johns Lake Road in Claremont and operate over a 2.4-mile radius. When it was shot, the drone sustained damage to its payload system.
He has no prior criminal history. He's a responsible gun owner. He was a member of the Coast Guard where he received firearm training and safety over the years.
That doesn't necessarily mean that you have the right to shoot at anything flying over your house.
Now, Wynn is facing charges related to this whole drone shooting incident. He was released from jail earlier today on bond. Reporting live in Lake County tonight, I'm Kelsey Cairns, Fox 35 News. Back to you.
Thanks, Kelsey.
That is amazing. And he's got a good lawyer he didn't smile or laugh through that entire interview.
By the way, so I looked it up. The FAA says for recreational drones, you have to stay below 400 feet. For commercial drones, you have to stay above 400 feet. So, so I'm pretty sure this whole comment about, you don't own the air above your house. Well, you don't necessarily own the air, but you do have a right to privacy, and you can't have people hovering fucking helicopters over your house.
And the one shot with his 9mm, that
nice
guy
shot.
is a great shot.
So it said it dropped to 75 feet, so it was closer, but at 25 yards, which is pretty standard target practice range. 25 yards, single shot on a moving target. Nicely done.
This guy's awesome. He's probably like, hell yeah, I shot that down. I want the world to know that I got this kind of shot. I'm a marksman, for crying out loud.
I wonder what he should have said was, and since it landed in my yard, under the Supreme Court ruling of finders v. keepers, that's mine now.
Yeah. I wonder, did it say what the drone was delivering?
It doesn't. It says,
the company is seeking to recover $2,500 worth of damage to its payload system.
Doesn't say what. Yeah, it doesn't say what they were delivering. They should have opened it up, and he should have shamed whoever it was. Dick pills.
Throw some crack on it and say, this guy
sprinkle some crack on it.
Sprinkle some crack on the drone. It's like, see, told you it was up to no good.
It's up down. You're selling drugs. I don't want that in my neighborhood.
I don't want these drones hanging around on my block selling crack.
They're down at the corner, hanging around, delivering drugs. It's terrible.
Yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, this is the sort of thing we all kind of postulate that as these companies threaten to do drone deliveries, why don't you throw rocks at it or, throw sticks at it or shoot it down or whatever and keep all that stuff. Well, I think it's going to happen more often than they think.
Yeah. And, that camera attached to the drone, I'd like to see how much it's filming. So how long are they keeping records of the camera footage attached to that drone? Like, I mean, there's privacy concerns with that,
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, think about it from the standpoint of kids.
Yeah.
You get 8, 9, 10-year-old kids with a rock and a slingshot or just whipping rocks at these things as they land at the neighbors. It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I'm curious to see. I'm assuming this is a test market. This is not a widely deployed system with Walmart in particular, but it's definitely something they're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So why not? More power to this guy. I hope he gets all the charges dismissed. And then
it's
probably what they'll get him on is discharging a firearm in city limits. That's probably what they'll get him on.
It's a unique case. It is like, a destruction of private property, but it is a unique case involving a drone. If it's happened more, I haven't seen a lot of it. So hopefully the judge is a little bit more forgiving. Yeah, it's a bit of an asshole thing to do, but I kind of like it. It's kind of like the stories you hear of guys destroying like red light cameras and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's destruction of private property, but I kind of like it. All right, Christian, what else you got over there?
Let's see. Let's go with this one because it's the headline is written in an amusing way, though it is factually true.
Okay.
A little bit of space news for us.
Oh, really? Okay. SpaceX giving permission to destroy International Space Station.
This is Red 5. I'm going in.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
You might assume that means like starting tomorrow, but
right now.
Contract.
Yes.
In 20 minutes.
NASA has given Elon Musk's SpaceX permission to destroy the International Space Station. No, by 2030. Not right now. It's by 2030.
Bring it back.
Recall the missile. The space station has been continually occupied since the year 2000 by astronauts doing more than 3,300 scientific experiments above our heads. Oh, hopefully that guy in Florida doesn't get word of this.
Not over that guy's from Florida's house. That's not over his house.
Don't fly over his house. But the countries operating the ISS only agreed to run it until 2030, at least. But since 1998, the U.S., Russia, Japan, Europe, and Canada have maintained different sections of the ISS. The agreement to jointly run the space station marked a new era in global cooperation after the Cold War. But when those agreements run out, the space station will need to be brought out of orbit, and Elon Musk SpaceX has been given $843 million contract to do it. Holy moly, almost $1 billion to get this done.
Let's do it.
That's a big fucking rocket.
The company will build a vehicle to tow the space station through the atmosphere. It will destructively break up, according to NASA. Just drop a leg on that thing.
Gotta send Hogan up there.
Yeah, drop a leg, drop an elbow.
They seem to be assembling some sort of top rope and turnbuckle.
Let's do it.
Hogan in a spacesuit just jumps over.
Dropping a leg on that thing.
I also like how they refer to towing it. They're like, guy up there in a truck. Hold on. I'll hook it up.
But why are they destroying it? Can't you sell it to some billionaire?
That's the surprising thing. That was my first question, too. It's like, wouldn't it serve some value, even as just storage or whatever? But who knows? I mean, I'm sure it's government, they spend how many billions of dollars building this thing, and then they're going to spend almost $1 billion to destroy it, and then they're going to spend billions of dollars to build another one.
It makes no sense. You could lease it out to Chuck E. Cheese or something like that, like the first space restaurant or the first space hotel. You could have a bunch of different companies go into it. Use it for civilian scientific research. Why wouldn't Elon Musk say, yeah, we'll tow it away, but then just tow it to a different spot in the atmosphere or the orbit and use it as your launching pad? It seems like, why not reuse it?
Push it up to the as a way station on the way to the Van Allen belt before people get cooked on the way to the moon.
Not unless they can't resell it because space is fake and gay, and it doesn't really exist.
This space station is too fake and gay.
Why aren't they using this on that brand new TV show for flat earthers? Send one of the families to the space station.
Oh, there you go.
It will, continue on with the article here, it will crash into the ocean away from populated areas along with the SpaceX
Yeah, that's
vehicle.
what they said about Skylab, too.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
This is landing right on some dude's house.
Yes, it is. Guy in Florida.
Guy in Florida. He's going to be firing at it the whole way down. Shit!
The orbital laboratory remains a blueprint for science, exploration, and partnership in space for the benefit of all, said Ken Bowersox, NASA's associate administrator for Space Operation Mission Directorate. While SpaceX will develop the D-Orbit spacecraft, NASA will take ownership after development and operate it throughout its mission. Okay, but once the ISS is destroyed, low orbit will not lie empty. Private companies, including SpaceX, Axiom, Blue Origin, and Vast, are developing commercial space stations that could launch as soon as next year. Okay.
So what they're saying is there's going to be a lot of space stations up there, so they got to make room for all the space stations. They're going to sell off space.
Yeah, it's going to be cluttered.
Yeah. A couple developers vying over who's going to build the first space subdivision up there.
Excuse me.
They're going to have a homeowners association in orbit to make sure everyone has the right fence and the right driveway and everyone.
Are there any covenants on this property up here? Because I don't like that space station's fence.
Yeah.
That
Keep your dog on your property. Install an invisible fence on your space station so your dog doesn't crap on our space station.
Dude over there's got a bunch of rovers parked in front of his space. It's disgusting. Supposed to take your space trash can in after Tuesdays.
They should implement all these stupid bureaucratic feel-good homeowners association space station laws.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that they're destroying this thing. It can be reused. Why? I don't know. And probably it does require a lot of money for upkeep and is antiquated and it probably doesn't even have the internet installed yet. It's probably still on dial-up modems and not broadband and fiber.
It's probably all analog and too reliable. They can't. They can't get enough money out of it. The thing's been up there. I guess I forgot about that, but International Space Station went up in 95, 97, something.
I think it was when they started building it, but according to this, it was officially in use since 2000. So in use,
Yeah.
they're probably building it way before that.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, launched in 1998, and then assembled over the course of several shuttle missions. Good thing they got rid of that shuttle too.
Mm-hmm. Useless.
And then been in operation for almost 24 years. Yeah.
Interesting. It's a piece of history.
Time for it needs a new roof.
Yeah. Foundation's kind of all rotted out.
We got a leaky foundation.
Yeah.
When it rains really hard, get dripping in the back bedroom.
It needs new grout work, too. A lot of grout work needs.
We got to redo all the carpet in here. We just did the kitchen, but it's just not enough.
It's not enough to sell the place. The market's just not that good for a used space station.
Market's just not there for used space stations anymore.
All right.
So, someone should list it on Zillow for the 24-year-old fixer-upper.
Yeah, how much did the space station cost?
Actually, that's a good question.
ISS cost to build.
Well, it was built by a bunch of different countries. So I don't know.
$150 billion over 10 years.
Back.
How much can I get a $150 billion mortgage? How much is that per month? If I get a 30-year mortgage on $150 billion.
Is this FHA? Can you claim first-time home buyer? Are you a veteran? How much down?
Can I get maybe agricultural subsidies on this purchase if I get it rezoned?
I think that'd be classified as a rural location. You could probably use FHA and get agricultural pricing on that.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT, how much would my monthly payments be on a home that is $150 billion over 30 years? I'm on a 30-year mortgage. Let's see here. It looks like
I just tried one of these online calculators, and it said unable to retrieve information. Home price must be between $50,000 and $2 billion.
Oh, it looks like the estimated at 3% interest would
3%.
Yeah,
try 7%.
Well, this is like if I got a fixed interest. In reality, such a large loan often involves complex negotiations. Yeah, I know that, but
you can't afford that.
What is my monthly payment? I got to keep this to the bank. Might have to ask for a raise.
Are you putting 20% down? You get private mortgage insurance?
I'm being offered. I'm going to say what my interest rate. You said interest.
It's going to be like 6.9%.
Okay, is 6.9%.
Boy, all these online calculators are broken when you put in $150 billion.
And I am putting down. I'm putting down $10,000.
All right, I got an answer when you're ready.
Okay, I'm gonna see what mine does. Okay, I just put down $10,000 on a $150 billion mortgage.
$10,000 is your down payment?
That's all I got. That's what I can afford. So
you're going to have to put down $30 billion on that thing, Mike.
No, it's not. I can afford that. So if I put $10,000, your estimated monthly payments for a $150 billion loan over 30 years, my monthly payments looks like it might be $1.3 billion per year.
Close to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Similar thing on that. Of course, I'm putting $30 billion down. I'm putting down my 20%. $892 million a month. So,
okay,
you're paying a little much because you didn't put any down payment down. So that just got rolled into your principal. You're paying interest on that the entire way through.
I tell you what, I'll give you $14,000.
Not enough, Hulk.
Sold. I mean, the NASA's not getting anything right now. It's just burning up into the atmosphere and going into the ocean.
You think he could just make continual prank calls to him, like, "Hey, you're paying too much for that.
Yeah,
I'll give you $14,000."
Huh?
It's going to cost him $800 billion to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Think about that. If you offered them, if you said, "Look, I'll take that off your hand for $14,000. Don't worry about it.
Just leave it up there. You worry about it. I'll take care of it. I'll get up there.
That's my problem.
I got to go fix it up. I'm the one who's got to go up there and.
I got a hot air balloon. I got some rope.
I'm going to go drywall the fucker. These new drywall.
Fix it up.
A new driveway, and it's good.
We got a new streaming service. It's going to new series called Space Fixer Uppers.
Yeah, new appliances, and this thing will sell.
We're going to clean up that back bedroom.
Yeah,
we're going to put a screened-in porch on the back. It'll be great.
Going to do like the Reno Bros. I'm going to hire the Reno brothers from HGTV to go up there and fix this thing.
The Reno brothers?
Yeah, the Renner brothers. Like a twin.
Stephen Gilbert Reno?
Twin brothers who renovate properties.
Is that their
The
name?
Property
Reno
Brothers. Prop Bros.
Prop Bros.
They're good. They're like Mario Brothers, but they're twins.
And good at selling old space stations.
Yeah, they better be the best. All right. Chris, you want to get out of here?
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
I think we've done it.
And we've done it all.
I'm going to go work on my space station.
Yeah.
I got buyers coming by today at 2.
Let's do it.
Got to clean up.
You got to clean up the space station. It's a mess.
Space station's a mess. You got people coming by at 3. They want to look at it.
Got an open house I got to get ready for.
I just staged it. Don't make a mess in the kitchen.
Don't use the toilet. It's for show only.
Don't use the toilet on the first floor bathroom.
For
people
show
coming by
only.
at 3. That's for guests.
The plumbing's not fixed yet.
For show only. Oh, God. We've all been through the house buying and selling process.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
Well, hey, thank you, everyone, for joining us on the live show. You can go to obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com if you want to support the program and support our efforts here on a march to 4 million subscribers and listeners. It's a long way to go, but we're trying to get there.
Yes. Getting closer.
Every day. Every day getting a little closer. And we'll be back on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to hear what Joe has to say about everything that's taking place in the current events of the United States of America.
Actually, yeah, we should have some good analysis from Joe. It'll be almost a week since the debate, so I'm sure he'll have all sorts of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, he'll have well-formulated and articulated thoughts about the debate. I'm sure he will. And I'll probably have some more paranormal stuff. I'll talk to the OBDM reality analyzer in GPT. I'll upload all the documents I have, and I'll come up with some questions pre-prepared, and I'll read back what ChatGPT thinks of the 50-odd books I have uploaded, ranging from Missing 411, Gnostic history, Secret Teachings, The Energy Grid, monsters, UFOs, the simulation theory. All of those books I'm uploading to ChatGPT, and I'm going to have it analyze and come up with the best theories of this reality.
It's just going to come back and say 42.
Maybe. Need the question. All right. Thank you, Cratchit. Shabagoo, everyone.
Keep watching the skis, because someone's got to take care of that old space station up there.
I hit the glory hole right here.
Here it is, right here, Mike. Read us the This is Big Jim Tucker on parade.
I don't think so, buddy.
That's about all. Shablagoo. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Until next week. Nanu. Nanu.
What the crap is that?